The Jews in Brooklyn decided they couldn't do it anymore. Judaism was too difficult. It's too much. So all the rabbis got together in the Beit Midrash. They started praying. They said, Father in heaven, the Torah is too difficult for us. We can't do it anymore. Please, just take it back. Take it back. Hashem heard their prayer. It was so heartfelt. And they put an ad in the newspapers that Hashem is sending trucks to the main road in Brooklyn. And the ad says that my children, I've sent trucks. I will take back all the things that of the Torah. Just give me back all the mitzvah, all those things that you guys don't want anymore. Put them on the truck. I'm going to get rid of them for you.
Layaway plan.
Send it in Google.
They sent back in the newspaper, Hashem, you should know we've got everything packed up in boxes. We're ready to go. We're sending it back to you. So they come, the truck shows up, and the people are loading their boxes on. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and starts checking the boxes. I'm translating from Hebrew. So what do they find inside? They find cholent, they find matzah balls, they find sugar cubes, long noodles for kugel. He finds stuffed cabbage, sweet carrots, tzimmus. He finds all kinds of long coats in different colors, steinlach, and different levels and heights. White socks. He finds long shaitels that are very fancy, all kinds of bulletins from the synagogue about Lashon Hara, about an internet. He finds all the towels from the mikveh in there that are damp and smelling, special kosher from Mahadran Passover soap. He finds
soap. Tinfoil.
What about Passover brooms? And
Passover brooms.
He finds the long belts and gartels and special leather talit bags and all kinds of different tzedakah boxes that will help people reach all kinds of sgulot. You put a coin here, Hashem will answer your prayers. He found $500 etrogs. He found handmade matzahs. He found all kinds of thick wicks for lighting the chanukiyot. A potato kugel that was baked the whole night in the oven. He finds special rolls that are for Sudat Shishit that you don't make a hamotzi on, they're only mezonot. He finds silver crowns for the talit. Everything they give him back. Keep going. He finds filters for the sinks, for the bugs. He finds all kinds of sgulot. The Rebbe gave out his little leaves from his Hoshanot. He finds gefilte fish from last week's Shabbat. And the whole thing, Hashem finally comes out of the truck. He says, my children, are you crazy? He said, I didn't ask you for all this garbage. So what is this? He said, fish and kugel and hats and coats, what are you giving me? He said, I told you, I gave you a Torah on Mount Sinai. I asked for it back. This is what you're giving me back? He says, the Torah is complete. He says, you know what? I'm going to keep all this stuff. I'm going to get rid of all this stuff for you. And you'll realize the Torah that I gave you on Mount Sinai is beautiful without all this stuff. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's sweet without all these things.
Still sell it to us now, Jew.
We live in a world where people, what they think of when they think Torah, when they think mitzvot, when they think B'tkes, they're thinking about things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu never asked us for. And our rabbis never, I'm not getting rid, God forbid, of the HaShamayim and the Gemara and the Poskim, but they didn't ask us for these things either. Nobody asked you to pay $500 for a lemon. Nobody. After that, it used to be that people would go, who learned? You guys learn Masachet Sukkah yet? Next year. What happens if my etrog is dried out, it has dark marks, if there's a piece missing from it? People went to their tree and they picked an etrog and they made a bracha and it was kosher, We live in a world, you order your lulavim, you get special hadassim that are a special length, and okay. We've gone mad. I mean, Judaism is no longer Jewish, it's no longer Torah. And we sit here and sometimes I feel like crying, like, what is going on? Who took my Torah, they hijacked it, turned it into something else? It's not an Ashkenazi problem, it's not a Sephardic problem, it's a universal Jewish problem. We have all done this in different ways to the Torah. And we have to stop. It's time to stop playing games and to learn Torah. And that's why we're getting back into these discussions. I don't know how we got here, but it was a good discussion to have. Anyways. If Barry has time, this rant should be kept in this lecture, but also be taken out and put on a different playlist so I can share it independently of the playlist. I'm serious.
There's a Yetzer, one of the great Yetzer Haras is when a person thinks that they're actually doing something, but it's no longer what it originally was. You think you're doing something authentic, but it's no longer real.
The big complaint the rabbis tell us when we were building Pitom and Ramses in Egypt is they were giving us land to build houses on, that the houses sunk into the ground. It was not stable land. You build and build and build, you come a month later and the building was gone. it was like you were working for nothing. And I sometimes feel, what's going to happen to Am Yisrael when they worked and they kept all these stringencies and all these things, and they're going to go up to Beit Din Shaman after 120 years, and they're going to realize, like, they thought that they had a whole room full of mitzvot, and all of their mitzvot fit inside of this little box they got in the grocery store. It's really sad. They're going to be broken. And who broke them? It was the Jewish community that broke them. Or the rabbis who were quiet and didn't say anything. Or who, even worse, led them into doing these things. And really, it's so sad that a person's going to spend all their life, sincerely, they sincerely want to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we're not giving them the chance to serve Hashem. We're giving them the chance to serve all kinds of Jewish fads. Some of them 100 years old, some of them 500 years old, and some of them 2 days old.